Hello guys, welcome back to Epidaga's Unbox and this is Akshay Daga. In this video we will talk about textual formats that are supported by R programming, and let's begin. In some of our videos we have already seen some basic operations and data types like list, vectors, matrices and everything. And in our previous video we have talked about how to load tabular data and save tabular data into a file using R programming. Now what is textual formats? So unlike reading CSV file or writing into CSV file, there is textual format available for that, and there are some functions available in R to perform that, to write it into textual format. So what is textual format? So unlike writing output of the table into a CSV file using some using functions like write.table or something, there are some textual formats available, and to write into textual format, the functions available are dump and dput, right? So what happens if you write the output into textual formats? The metadata of that variable will be stored in that file in the text format, right? So that it will be easy for the another person to read that data and metadata. So it will be in a readable format. Instead of binary, it will be in text format. So what will happen if you store some variable into a textual format, and if you send that file to some another developer or other person, so it will be easy for him to understand it. There are less chances so that the metadata and the actual data will be misplaced, right? Because it will be together in a single file. But this is the advantage of textual format, but there is one negative as well. What is that negative? Since we are storing each and everything into textual format, human readable format, it will take more space into the memory compared to the CSV file, or compared to any binary file, I can say. Okay, so let's start like using the function dput, how we can write into textual format. Okay, so what we will do, I'll create a data frame y, okay, and I'll print it so that there are two columns A and B and one row in it, right? So now I'll store dput y. Okay, so this is the format. Right now I'm not saving it, it just printed how the file will be. So it is like some metadata structure of list of a equal to 1, b equal to structure of this, like all the data metadata is present over there. Okay, now I want to store this metadata, like this variable y, into a file. So the format will be like this: dput y, the name of the variable, into a file, and the name of the file will be y.r. Once this is done, now you can see if I check in dir, one new file is created, that is y.r. Okay, now once that is created, I can read the same file using new dot, like using dgate. Dput is used to write the file, now dgate is used to read the same file. Now I have created new.y, like there will be one new variable, that is new.y. Okay, and if I print new.y now, the same values are regained. How? Because the metadata was present over there inside the file itself. So I don't have to take care that what is the data type and everything. It takes everything back while reading the file. Okay, similar to that, there is one more function, that is dump. So what is the difference between dump and dput? So here we have created a variable and stored it into one file, right? What if we have multiple variables and I need to store all that multiple variables into one file? So in that case I cannot use dput, I have to use dump, right? So what I'll do, I'll create a new variable, that is x. I'll create one more variable, that is y. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to store those two variables into a file. So I'll use this syntax, that is dump. I'll pass the vector of variables like c, x and y, and into a file of the name of the file will be data.r. Once this is done, I can show you in dir one new file is created, that is data.r. okay. Whatever file is created in dump, I can load that file, read that file using the function source. Before that, what I'll do, I'll delete the variables x and y from the workspace. Okay, how to do that? Rm is the function for that, x comma y. Once that is done, if I try to print x or y, it will give me error that this object is not present because it's deleted from the workspace. Now what I'll do, I'll read the file which we have created earlier using dump. So once this is done, and now if I try to print x, it's back, right? So using dump, what we did, we stored the multiple variables, that is more than one variable into one file, okay, using dump, and we have read the same file using source. Okay, so that was all about textual format. So I have explained like what is the benefit, advantage of textual format, what are the drawbacks, and why we use textual formats and how to do it, right? If you like the explanation, then click the like button. But if you have any kind of doubt or anything related to this topic, you can put it into comment box. Whatever I have explained over here, all the syntax and everything will be available there in the written format, and link to that will be given in the description. Okay, so if you like it, click the like button. If you want to like more of such videos, please subscribe to my channel. It will be a good help for me from your side. So thank you very much guys. In my next video, we will talk about the connection of R programming with external world, like making connection to the different type of files or URLs and reading data from there. So we'll talk about that in the next video. So thank you very much guys. This is Akshay Daga signing off.